Martin Keaveney, and I'm here today to demonstrate to you how to use screen masking on your ReadWrite Gold program. So obviously the first thing I've got to do is to launch it. So go down here to my taskbar and left click it. So I'm just going to get my sample piece up. Now once I've got my sample piece up, I go up here to this icon to use screen masking. Screen masking is very useful because for many students it can obscure parts of the text and just show you the text that you're actually working on using colors and shades. So I'll show you how to find these settings first before we turn it on. They're over here on these three bars, so you just click on it and you have to go down to show more settings, click show more settings, and you can see here screen masking on this list, where of course is also all many other tools that you can change and adjust your ReadWrite Gold program. So when I click screen masking, I get a number of different options: tint the whole screen, underlying the typing line, tinting the typing line, changing the page color, and underlining the cursor. And we also have some settings for tinting the whole screen, and indeed the other devices too. We can change the background color, and we can change the strength and weakness of the color, background opacity, and there's some other options here as well for more advanced settings. So just to show you how this works, if we click on it, this will turn it on, and I've gotten the last setting that was in the device. So just to change the settings, I go down here to this little box. You see this box here, and I click on the gear handle, and then I'll just start off with this one first, which is tinting the typing line. So in the typing line, you now have a color going through wherever you're typing. Okay, so if we are typing, for example, and I just write some text, and you can see then as I go down to the next line, the line that is highlighted follows it. If I want to turn that off, then I simply click the button and I can change it to a different setting, underlying the typing line, for example. Let's see how that looks. And as you can see now, this line is underneath, is simply underneath wherever we are typing. I can also, of course, change it to tint the whole screen, and that when you do this, then it just tightens everything except where you are actually reading, which is very useful because if you think of changing the colors, just if you go over here to settings and let's just change the colors, and now you can see that this is very, very good for certain students that might have challenges in terms of being distracted by other visual cues on the page. This helps to tone down those other visual stimuli on the page and just focus the reader on what they want to be focused on. So you've got underlying typing line, you've got the tinting the whole screen, you've got tint the typing line, and you also have changing the page color. So this time we're going to have a yellow page, and now you can see that when you're in the page, just the page itself is colored there, as you can see. Everything else is the same as it was, but our page is colored the color that we want. We don't have to obviously have yellow. You can have any of these colors here, red or blue or whatever. And this can be sometimes something that makes it easier for some students to read when it is a different color. If I want to ever turn off the screen masking, I can just simply click on it, and I can just, if I want to turn it back on again, I just simply click on it again. Change the settings, by clicking this little gear wheel, and I can go through all the different options here. Tinting the whole screen, underline the typing line, changing the page color, and tinting the typing line, and even underline the cursor. Which means you can now, wherever you're, if you're reading a text, you can simply go like that, and the black line keeps you focused on the line that you're reading on. Very useful for many students. And as I said, you can change the darkness of the colour down to a very, very weak line until it actually nearly disappears. We can also make it wider and thicker if we want to do that, which is also quite handy with the tinting the whole screen one. Let's just see how that works. There you see, you can make it down to very small, so that it's only just picking out the exact words. And let's just change that to black so we can really get the full effect of it. And now you can see how this screen masking really can be very, very effective. You can just pick out the lines that you want to be focused on. Just going back to more standard colours, and so that is basically the most of the features of screen masking. Obviously, you can watch this video a few times to get the full benefit of the function on ReadWrite Gold. Thanks very much for your attention, and goodbye.